So the backlash continues over Oscar's Best Picture winner, Green Book. It is the story of an Italian-American driver for an elite black musician as they travel through the Deep South in the 1960s. Many critics slammed the film for a dated and one-sided portrayal of race relations for advancing the so-called white savior narrative. So back with me now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Kierna Mayo. So this is an interesting topic. Let's talk about this because, Kareem, a lot of people have criticized this movie and this message on race, and you have a piece that's out in The Hollywood Reporter, Why the Green Book Controversies Don't Matter, and explain the controversies and why you think it's overblown.
Well, I think it's overblown because it's a movie, it's supposed to be entertainment, and it's not a documentary. It's not supposed to be so factually accurate that, and that being the standard for what they were doing. I think it really conveys the heart of this, the accurate story, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about something that we really need to talk about right now. So I'm glad it's out there, and I'm glad it got the attention that it did. It's no different from the stories that they did about how the Klan was infiltrated and exposed by FBI agents. All of those movies, they weren't 100% factually accurate, but they conveyed what did happen, and it showed the bravery of the FBI and how black Americans also were involved in so intimately in winning the civil rights movement.
What do you say, Kierna?
Well, it's an honor to be sharing space with you gentlemen, but certainly with
but you don't necessarily
Mr. Abdul-Jabbar, but I do not necessarily agree. There's something that he wrote that I have to quote here. He says, the film is more effective from Tony's point of view because the audience that might be most changed by watching it is the white audience. So I guess that's what I take issue with, and I think that's what a lot of black critics are taking issue with. This idea that once again, we are centering the white audience, this idea that somehow we can't have any kind of progressive conversation about race either in a modern or a historical context without deferring to the white lens, so that this heroism that happens with this character Lip only happens in the imagination of the white male creator. And so it's not so much a question of historical accuracy. I think even Spike's film takes liberties in terms of what had happened in the past with regard to what they were covering. But it's highly problematic, I believe, for us to keep visiting these same tropes, this same idea that a black man has to somehow deliver you to your racist, your delivery from racism. And it's not our job, and it's not our responsibility.
I want to give you a chance to respond because you also write about that. You explain sort of what she's talking about. You have an explanation for it. Go on. What do you say?
Oh, I think that both sides of there are two sides to that. She's talking about the white person that is enlightened so much. But I had experiences like that that I had, let's say, with my college coach, John Wooden,
Sure.
one of the greatest coaches that ever stepped on the court. But he didn't understand intimately what black people have to go through on a daily basis until he, we lived together for three seasons, and it was enlightening for him. So I think that does happen, and there's an exchange there. It's not just one-sided, and I think the movie tried, as far as I could see, to convey that.
Yeah. So listen, I've got to get to this for time purposes because I think it's really important. I've got one more thing that I really want to ask you about, and it's very exciting that you're auctioning off some of your own sports memorabilia, like your championship rings, signed jerseys, for a really great cause. Can you tell us about that?
Well, my foundation works with the LA Unified School District, and we send kids to camp for 4 nights and 5 days to study STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math subjects, hands-on with people provided by the LA Unified School District. and it really opens kids' minds up to the possibilities of great jobs in the 21st century, and gives them, as I say, a shot that can't be blocked, like my skyhook. So I'm working with Golden Auctions. That's Golden, Goldin, .com, and we hope to do a great job with the auction, because a good part of the proceeds are going to enable me to keep my foundation going and keep the buses running, and you know, deal with the backlog. We have about a 5 or 6 year waiting list of schools wanting to participate. I'm very happy with the success so far, and I want to keep it going.
And you help out a lot of people with that, as we can see. And when does the auction start? Do you know?
The auction has gone on most of this month. It ends March 2nd.
Ah, awesome. Thank you so
Golden
much.
Auctions, Goldin.com.
I got you. That's where I'm going to next. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Okay.
both of you joining us this evening. To bid on special items
you.
from Kareem's career and to help a great cause, visit goldinauctions.com. Goldinauctions.com. There it is on the bottom of your screen. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for watching. Our coverage continues.